practice saying that. I got to get used to that. And this is Felicia, as well as Niana, as well as Priestess Makala. You pick and choose. It still comes back to me. How is everybody doing? Is everybody having a good start of their Friday? Are you feeling like you just can't wait to get into the weekend that only feels like maybe 4 hours and then you're back to Monday again? I don't know what to think anymore. I am ahead of my time because I keep thinking it's already like the end of the month. I'm like feeling like I'm already at the end of the month. So weird. Um, but here we are on Friday, the 22nd, and we're on the 8th day. So I am a little early because I had a little different setup for my day today. The young one is with me today. So we have some things we got to take care of. So I'm kind of like had to go change things up a little bit and move things around so we can fit time in. So that's why I'm a few minutes early. So don't worry. You're still going to be in the flow. Mm. So here's the deal. We have today. All right. So today's Kin 153, Red Planetary Skywalker. We are in, our gene key has changed. Excuse me. Oh, wait, that's number 55. Hold on a second, everyone. I think that's the one that has all the information that is, yeah, it's gene key 55. Yes, it is. Gene key 55. The Dragonfly Dream. This is the chapter that is huge. And it's pretty much going to finish out our 10 days. This is day 8. This chapter is that much. Okay. It's about, I want to say about maybe 20 pages, 15, 20, give or take. Um, it's about the great change. So if you have the Gene Key book, and because we're starting on the energy of Gene Key 55, so it's going to be for the I Ching, it's broken line, straight line, broken line, straight line. This one is all about the change. So it is very activating when you read it. So you need to make sure you hydrate well when you're reading. I went through and I marked up like you wouldn't believe. I marked up this whole chapter. This is the one that gets into the fake freedom, the dying drama, the solar plexus, the second brain of itself, the awakening of the solar plexus, the riddle. It goes into all of the processes that the chakras are going to be going through as we're stepping into this higher realm of energy. And it's talking about the release code of the higher consciousness, the pivoting awareness. Then it starts to go into the heavenly hydraulics, and it moves into the early stages of awakening sequence. This one literally is walking you through what you are experiencing. If you haven't started experiencing it, what you are going to be experiencing. And it's the vaporization of the victim consciousness, the rising of humanity's gift, the threefold awakening sequence. It goes into the marriage of the sacred couple. This one is the most important one because it's in the part 3, because it's written into, I believe, written into 3 parts. And in part 3 is where it gets into all the different manifestations. So when you get to part 3, it's talking about all of it. So this is like, when you read this section, you're going to go back and you're going to want to read it again because it really is bringing in and setting up what is going on, what is happening. So, just to let you know, we're on Gene Key 55. So let me sign back in here. Okay, so Red Planetary Skywalker. I perfect the order to explore, producing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of birth. I am galactic activation portal enter me. So, what is the birth? What are you birthing? What is the intentional cosmic materialization that you want to show up in your life? So, is the color red? Is Mars? Is your planet? Is chakra solar plexus? Is the earth family signal? Um, the mind or the thinking layer of the mind is above and beyond the raw storage of different perceptions, stimuli, and experiences. So today you're going to feel some of that activation in the alpha beta information, informative right here behind the head. And then it's going to move over to your second mental sphere, which is your subconscious, and it's the third dimensional cosmic synchronicity. So that means you're probably going to see a lot of synchronicity type of things happening today. And what is it aligning you to? So remember, you can definitely take yourself and put yourself into those higher realm energies just so you can get things done. Because as the third dimension is doing its shifting and stuff, and moving, you don't want it to be where you're trying to make plans and do things and it's shifting so much and it's not holding that. So you're going to be in an alignment. Here's a perfect example. So yesterday going to the mall, the young one was looking for something. She was looking for a certain backpack. And when we went to the store to go look for it wasn't there. So they said, oh, we're going to order it online. And I'm like, okay. So we're going to pay and order it online and have it shipped to your home. Okay, fine. We go to that rigmarole. They go inside. They go to try to order it. But it's not coming up that it's orderable. It's not saying it's not a stock. It's not saying it's not available. It's not giving verification that the order has went through to confirm the fact that the product will arrive. So I'm sitting here saying, this is not feeling like an alignment. It feels like it's not in sync. So here's how this flowed. We literally stepped out of that timeline. I literally said, okay, it's not in flow. Let's step out of this timeline. Let's wait until another timeline comes in that's much higher to bring it in the way you desire it. Because we're bumping up against water. That's not going to give you the results. So she agrees, and we go back up to the counter with two other new items. And as we're there, the change happened like that. So we ended up with a different person checking us out, which happened to be the manager. And the manager is the one that ends up trying to find out what happened to the product, if the product can be sent. And then because she's purposely in alignment with what the young one was looking for, she's making a mental note. I'm going to order that and have it here in my store. So when this young one comes back, she can purchase it here at the store. And this lady was so in tune and was the higher alignment. She not only made a mental note of it, she gave her extra discount because it wasn't able to get sent the way that she was looking for. So she gave her discounts on her product that she was buying. She gave her vouchers. So when she does come in, she can apply that to when she brings the product in. And I said, now that is divine alignment, because if we would have just stayed with that alignment that we were on, she would just missed out on all of those wonderful opportunities. And she still got the product that's going to be coming, but she got all the nice kit and caboodle boost ups and wonderful things along with that. So when we talk about birth energy, what are you birthing into? This was what it means with that alignment. So we're going to jump more into that. But let's get ready. Let's get into this. Everyone taking a nice deep breath. Exhale out. Deep breath in again. Exhale it out. Deep breath in again. Exhale out. Deep breath in again. This time hold the breath. Exhale it out. Deep breath in. Deep, deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale it out. Deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale it out. Breathe. Bring your awareness to your breath. Be in this present moment. It's Friday. Let's go again. Yummy. Feel that. Feel that calling you into that center space. Now take in the oils, 2 drops into the hand. And that together. Activate. Breathe it in. One more time. And up again. Activate. Breathe it in. Sweep, 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 heart space, arms, down the belly, down the knees. Let's wake up the kidneys, let's wake up the adrenals. And sweep off. Sweeping back of that neck. Get that off your shoulders. Take off all that stuff that you're carrying of other people's stuff. That's not yours to carry. Get rid of it, please. Shake that off. Okay, let's mist ourselves. Doesn't that just set your day? I mean, when you take the time to do that before you go into a workplace, before you go out in the world of cray-cray and all that stuff, third dimensional being, you just get out of that space and you put yourself in that higher vibration. You still, when you're doing things, you're getting rid of stuff and you're just kind of checking your own auric field and seeing how you're feeling, and you're just moving that energy through. So let's go ahead and let's just get ourselves activated into our beautiful orb of light. And today we're just going to go into this orb of light of a beautiful diamond white light, but with beautiful iridescent of rose color, that pink, and beautiful colors of some blues and greens and gold with a little splash of purple. Okay. And just allow that to spiral into your orb. Spiral. And breathe that in. And then as you just allow this orb of light to expand right over the crown, just allow it to expand. Feel that essence. And this is just keeping in mind what you are still connected to in your vision, what you're creating. Allowing yourself to be in place with that materialization of it, seeing the end result of it, what is the birthing of it. What are the steps that you're taking? Now it's nice and warm, you feel the energy moving, and now we're just going to take that and just drift it down, breathing in, third eye, down through the throat chakra, into the high heart, and right here, hold it here. Breathe into that. Dropping into that divine sacred self. And then allow it to drift down to the solar plexus, sacral and root, dropping it down past the hips, past the knees, dropping it down to the feet, right underneath the feet, moving that energy into the beautiful earth star, as well as your beautiful water star. Let it now just sit and hover in that water star as you connect to that. The divineness of the sacred waters. Life cannot be without water. And now allow that energy to flow back up through the water star, from there into the earth star, all the way back up to the very top of the crown, into the soul star, into the beautiful spirit chakra, into the universal and the galactic chakras, moving into that divine gateway, moving into that, connecting to the divine source of Mother, Father, God, and all there is of truth of light. All the benevolent light beings that you can anchor into, giving yourself permission to move through those different realms as needed. And center, breathe. Breathe in activated life force, charging of the centers of your being. Coming back to center heart. Breathe. There. So, when we talk about aligning, when something's not flowing, okay, we could have stayed there and kept trying to make it work and get all over anxious about it and say, I don't know if I want to, all of this. But instead, we took it as an opportunity to say, you know what, this isn't flowing. Let's just step out of this timeline that's not working and switch to a different one. Literally, we got out of the line and said, okay, no problem. We're going to go over here and talk about something else. So we stepped off of that energetic timeline, went over to the side. She had an opportunity to look at something else different. She picked up something else, came back in and got serviced with someone else different, which was a different timeline. Turns out to be the manager. And then she takes over. Now, what the beauty part is, when you find yourself in a timeline that's not in agreement to the outcome that you desire. You need to activate that divine intelligence of yourself, that divine sovereignty of yourself, and don't settle. This is where you say, you know what? This doesn't feel divinely aligned. So I'm going to step out of this timeline and I'm going to come back on a different timeline. That feels more aligned to me. So some people are going to probably look at you and say, what? They're not going to get it because they don't realize all these different energy timelines running and floating past us all the time. You can hop onto it and have different experiences if you so choose, but you can step out of the ones that are not feeling, aligned. And that is the divine alchemy of self. When you actually can say, oh, no, 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 what do? We're not doing that. That doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't feel aligned. What? You don't have it? Well, let me step out of this. Let me come back. Sometimes you might have to adjust yourself and go in on a different day because that energy will have an entirely different feel, entirely different everything. This is why today is that birth. What is the birthing of that red Skywalker type of energy doing? How is it bringing into birth? It's all about the participation of the creation of the new earth leading from the spirit, how we're vigilant, how you explore the space. It's a Mars energy, it's a solar plex energy. It's how are you maneuvering into this birthing energy of self and what you're creating. So pay attention as we are moving into eclipse season, how the eclipse energy, all of them last for 6 months. So we have the lunar one that's coming in. The energy of that one's going to last for 6 months. Then we have the big whoop-de-whoop-de-doo-de-doo happening. That's going to last for 6 months. Might be a year for a lot of people. But it's just going to be this energy that comes in and is giving you that opportunity of change. How do you see yourself changing? And how are you activating and anchoring in to different timelines that's giving you that? So let's take a look at some of the cards for today. And remember what I said about the I Ching 55. And if you got the Gene Key when you read that chapter is a game changer. That chapter is a activation. So everyone's homework is if you're here doing this and you're on the 8th day and you made it to the 8th day, bravo. Excellent. You're building that momentum. You're building that energy. Wait till you see what I got planned for you. Once we go into the lunar eclipse, and then the next day we're going to start something else really cool that's going to benefit you as getting yourself energetically ready as we move through this time of change. And not being in fear, but being in a place of where we are in our clairs and really understanding how our clairs are really going to get fully activated on a lot of different levels. You have your clairs, but there's going to be certain parts of us that gets more activated energetically. And it's just going to come in a very subtle way. And you'll notice it when you are doing certain things and it becomes easier for you, not so much difficulty. Now, here's the thing, lovelies. I want you to remember this. Things that feel challenging to you or feeling like it's not taking off or feeling like something's not right, I need you to step back and look at how is it aligning with your truth of yourself. Does it feel good? Does it feel like you would fight everything that tries to come in your way to take away what you're doing? Because if you're not willing to fight for it, then it's time to say, okay, wait, I need to step back. I need to reevaluate. Is this really mine to do? Is it yours to do or not? That's the question. There's so many times we jump into things doing it to do what others are thinking that we should be doing. That's their thought process. What do you desire? What is it for you? Hey, I always feel like this. These are those things you need to look at. So, a lot of people do not realize this. And I watched this happen with a client. A lot of people do not realize that what are you giving an agreement to when we talk about ancestral, generational, mother, father, cellular stuff. That's what my work is all about. What did your mother and your father cellularly give you when you were being in your water star, being created in her womb? What was being passed on? What was the unresolved issues? What is the habits? What is the addictions? What are the untruths? What are the things that were not healed that are being passed on? I tried hard to do the right things, but never seemed to be enough. Okay. When I hear someone say that, this is where I ask you, what are you trying to do? And who are you doing it for? What are you trying to do? Who are you doing it for? What's going to be the outcome? Is it going to be for the highest good of everyone, including yourself? Because if it's not, you need to look and step back and look at what are you connecting yourself with. A lot of us find ourselves living for other people. Okay, now, King, I think you're new here. And I'm gonna do something with you energetically with the word king. What is your kingdom about? Follow, listen to what I'm saying. This is perfect because today is about birth, birthing energy. What are you giving birth to? You showed up here for a reason. So what is, yes, king? Look at the word you're using. Okay? When we say the word king as well as queen, what is that a birthing of? Ruling. What do you rule? What are you in ruling of? Because a king cannot rule anything if he does not know who he is a ruling of. Number one, know thyself. Okay? The word king, when you put yourself and how we all make these little tags for ourselves, like yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I had a beautiful person on here, Chocolate Cosmo. Took her name. I said, okay, look, you got Cosmos on there. What's your cosmos? What are you cosmically connected to? Because you wouldn't have just put that there just to be putting it there. When we use certain words, what is it giving you a birth to? It's your walking VPN. What's your access? What's your VPN to it? Yeah, see, everyone else is jumping on that we're broadband and all this. No. I'm all about what's your VPN? What is it giving you access to? Yeah, I got your attention now, don't I? Yeah, sit up straight. There you go. Take a deep breath in. Come on. You don't have time. If you're going to walk with the king, You have to be in a place of rulership. You can't walk with that if you're not going to be in it. I need you to step into it. What are you ruling? What are you stepping into? How are you going to birth of the self? There you go. You feel that? You see how you just shifted? You are on a timeline of trying to stay in an energy that's not in a divine alignment with you. I need you to step into divineship. Not this. What are you doing? If you're going to use KING, you got to step into KING. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to be king today." No. Step into it. Get in there. It's like this. When I'm walking out and someone approaches me and I know they don't have a good heart and they're going to do something, I literally will stop. I'll stop dead in my track and I'll take a position of ready to kick your ass. That person will take off. That person will be like, "Oh, I can't fuck with this." Don't get confused with the look. You have to step into it. You're part of Be So Light here. The whole thing about Be So Light is to claim your light. That's what I do here. We help to elevate each other. And you should be king or queen of your portal of sacred energy that is around you. What are you creating? If you do not like what your creation is, you need to step out of it. This is all about alignment, everyone. Everyone gets a choice. I could choose, I don't want to do this today. Oh my God, let me just stay in bed, please. No! I did 30 days straight with all of you, came back, did another 10 days on top, and now I'm getting ready to set you up for something else. We're going to get BPN. That's right. I'll share more with that on Sunday, how we're going to show up for that one. So if you're here, it's because you're being told by your divine higher self, hey, get out of that timeline. What are you doing? It's not aligning you to a better outcome. I love the love hearts. Thank you. So you have to step into that. That goes for all of you that are out there calling yourself the queens. Okay, what are you rolling? What are you the queen of? Like I love Conjure Queen. I love her. She's a conjurer. She's a queen of it. She steps into that role. She represents that. She knows who she is. She's not afraid to go in and heal anything. If there's any shadows that comes up, she's ready to do battle. She conjures. She's a queen. You see that? There you go. So it's all about stepping into yourself. Everyone, I want you to really think about this. When we go live, you know how you go into other people's lives and stuff, and you see it rolling through, you see the names people give themselves and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And sometimes, because my work is all about vibration and frequencies and codes and connections and stuff, I see certain names and I'm like, oh, why you got that name energy imprinted on you? How's that working for you? If it feels like a low vibrational name energy, I'm like, oh, why did you call yourself that? And then when I see these names, like some people put so much thought into their names as it rolls through, I said, oh, that's a nice one. I like that. And then you can tell when we see the things like king, queen, goddess, priestess, these are those names that's showing, okay, this is that, like that portal bubble that I'm in. but I somehow need to step into and expand and give birth to that. If you're going to be the KING, you have to expand into the KING. The KING does not sit by and say, oh, this is it, this is all. No! What are you ruling? It's the same as the Queen. It's the same as the book that I wrote, Crown. I got so many titles. Sit on the throne. You got to sit on your throne. Who's sitting on your throne? Who is sitting on your throne? Are you sitting on your throne or somebody else energetically sitting there? When we talk about how this is the activation of birth of self and change, what are you changing? Here's the thing. We're all going to see, and it's already happening, the different lines of division of the religion versus the spiritual person. Organized, they tell you what to do versus you take ability, you are connected to the divine, it's your birthright. These two are going to be playing against each other. Who's right or wrong? Nobody's right or wrong. It's both fine. Depending on if this one's going to make you feel like you can't do anything by yourself, but this one you can. This is what we're all going to be fighting up against in ourselves. Those are those old programmable cells that are passed down through our DNA, talking in the background. It's like, this is why you want to get malware. You want something back there to clean that up. Snap, snap, snap. You know what I'm saying? What do? So, you have to get in this place of being that. So we're going to dive into the messages of the day. And it would not surprise me if something comes up that will give a fine-tuned message to you. All right, so for the star seeds, we have, oh, well, see, it's already starting. Can't make this stuff up. I love it. You're not alone. Dun, da, da, da. Isolation and physical connection and community. A lot of people think they're alone. They're sitting in their goo and they're trying to figure out. Let me tell you something. The planets are going full force. Pluto, Mars, all these planets are doing different interaction with each other. And I have said it before and I'm going to say it again. You need to find out what is on your chart, what is being activated. Because from here on out, it's all about how that planet's going to be ruling you. Are you in a solar return? Are you in a Saturn return? Are you going through Saturn where you have all these lessons and it's freaking hard? Are you even going through the dark night of the soul where everything just got ripped out and you're like, freaking hell, what the hell's going on with me? Are you even sitting in your 9th personal year of your birthday, if it's the 9, and how is that ripping stuff up from you? Because it's like, okay, I did a completion. Now I have to get reset to a new me. What is that going to look like? Because if you didn't get the lessons of the past 9 years, and if you don't make a conscious decision to make a change, you're going to have another 9 years to have fun again. Everything moves in cycles. So with this being you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community keeps that energy of not feeling connected away. It keeps it gone. Then we move into the water, the cosmic oceans, current dreams, future reality, new beginnings. Look at this. Come on. And here's the difference. You have a cosmo portal. See the portal? Cosmo portal. Then you have the water portal. The water holds that emotion, holds that what are you moving through? It's the current dreams, it's the future. What are you giving yourself your reality of? So, Now we're going to move into the tarot part of it. These are like the Zen part. Okay. 3 of those. Here we go. We have the Dream Weaver. What are you weaving in the dreams? How is the dream becoming the reality? Because a lot of times when we dream, we're connecting to messages and things that we need to see. And if you have hunting dreams, dreams that become nightmares, dreams that take you in places and you feel like you're constantly being chased and what have you, those are energies that are deep in the subconscious mind that need to be dealt with because it's coming up in your dreams. It creates in the dreams a crisis. It creates a crisis. What's the crisis? How do we step out of the crisis energy? Because in the crisis energy, once you shed that, you move into the passion. Now, I want you to notice something. Both of these, all 3 of these cards have water in them. The emotion backing up in it. The passion, the dream, and then the crisis. It's all talking about the emotions of the self. Then when we dive into, where's my activation one? The activation portal of the day. Damn, can't make this stuff up. What did I say earlier? Alchemy. And it's an 8. We're in an 8 vibrational year. So here, the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allows the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. I want you to sit and think about that. Alchemy. When we are the alchemy, look at this picture. Cellular splits into 2. What did this one give this one? What went into these 2 different ones? What's being created? What is the birth? The birth. What is the birth? The alchemy. We are all divine alchemists, but somehow, some kind of way, we forget that. We get caught up in scenarios. We get caught up in situations. We get caught up in all of the hoopla of the 3rd dimension. And you forget you are the freaking alchemist. You can uncreate what is currently happening. But you have to take that initiative and step through and say, I'm not doing this anymore. When you make a conscious decision and you say, I'm not doing this anymore, that's when everything changes. Then the universe supports you. So this one is the chalice, priestess of activation. It's the chalice, but it's a number 63. That's a 9 energy. So he carries the chalice of this, and it's the energy that bounds with this of the alchemy. So here's the thing. Think of it like this. This year is the opportunity to really start laying the energy of what you are really connecting yourself to, versus when we hit next year, it's the completion. It's the hands down 9 energy year next year. So everything, we're moving our butts now, getting into gear. We're getting our activations. We're getting out of our sludge. We're getting out of the false story that we're telling ourselves. We have to step out of it. We have to awaken to the true potential of who we are. And you cannot stay in a storyline that you keep thinking that's your truth and it's not. This is all about the anchoring of light. Anchor in your light. Anchor your light into a higher dimension of self. Anchor your light out of that 3, out of that 4, out of even 5. I like to be beyond that. I anchor 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why? Because I can. Because I said so. Because I don't limit myself in that thought process. I love it when people say, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't go take and put some kind of number on a water and make it do something. Watch me. I did, and I did it again and again and again and again. And here I am talking to you about spiral light healing. Because somebody already challenged me and told me I couldn't do it. I said, obviously, you don't know what my world is about. Yeah. No. I was born and ready to do this. It's mine to do. Watch me. So when we talk about anchoring light, get the job done swiftly so you can have more time and space for the softness. Both efficiency and receptivity are essential, and sometimes boundaries are necessary to keep the balance. What's the boundaries of the self? What are you setting up for the self? So we're going to close with this because this is all about the birthing energy. And King, I'm going to use your name, King, Queen. When we hear those words, what comes in association with those words? Victory, valor, strength, warship, ruling, prosperity. If they're a good king or queen, prosperity. If they're a bad king or queen, poverty. Depending on how they're ruling for the people or against the people. Okay? So when we hear that, we hear all of these conflicting energies that associate with those words. So let's tighten it up and bring it in. Let's bring it into a storyline. I love to use movies as a part of it because this is where you see the medicine in the movies. I love to dissect movies and say, oh, y'all go check this one. Now I'm going to bring up Queen Elizabeth, the movie with Kate Blanchett. Okay, she did that movie flawlessly. She was good for that because she actually had to show how she was going from being known as the bastard child, and now she was going to have to rule because her sister was getting ready to die, and her sister is looking at her like, when I pass, I want to know for sure that you will rule. You will rule in the sake of the people. You will rule, and you will keep them in their places of their beliefs of the religion. And Kate's like, I will rule how my heart dictates me to. And because she stayed in her own freedom of how she would choose to rule, her sister pushes her away and says, fine, you're not yet queen and I yet not have died. So therefore, you will wait. You will stay in your makeshift. I'll make sure you stay locked down until I pass. So she had to have guards and stuff staying with her at her little castle house. And then her sister's words to her, now go. Feed her to the wolves. Let her get a taste of what they will be like to her. Okay, so she walks out. Kate walks out, and she's like, the whole courtship of people are there, and they're looking at her. They're ready to pounce. They're ready to judge. Does she have an energy of a queen? She looks like a little girl to all of them. They're like, she's too young to rule us. They're making judgment. And she walks and she eloquently just curtsying to everybody. And she walks on through and she just keeps her head up. She walks on through. And then as soon as she passes by, they're all in this. And this one horseman comes out. Stop your bickering. she's but a girl. Yeah, you piss yourselves. This like they're like trying to figure out, is she gonna rule? Is she gonna be our next queen? Power. Same thing when Queen Elizabeth does her ruling, she made sure that her country is moving. She got rid of all those energies that were trying to take her down. All the ones that were in the background trying to get rid of her. Okay? Queenship takes strength and endurance to be able to see your enemies and fight. Same with the king. Let's use King Arthur. Love this one. The more updated King Arthur one with the big giant snakes and the mage. Love that one with good music and everything. So he is a bastard energy of what they would call, and thrown into the brothels and not knowing who he is, but he is connected to royal. His parents were taken away from him by his uncle. And he has to be able to be the one, this is for you, King, to draw that sword out of the rock and rule. But what happens to him? When he goes up to grab the sword, Excalibur, when he puts his hand on it, he gets it and he holds it and it's too much power for him and he passes out. Why does he pass out, King? I'll tell you why he passed out. Because he didn't know that he was the king. So he passed out. So his uncle is ready to put him down so that his uncle can keep Excalibur and keep everybody in the fog, keep ruling over the people when he knows that's not his place. King Arthur had to step into himself. So King, guess what your homework assignment is? You need to go look at King Arthur. God, who is that actor's name? Hold on. It's the newer one. Because there's so many different King Arthurs out there. And it was just on Tubi not too long ago. And that King Arthur movie tells it like it is. I like how they did it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Legend of the Sword. Yes. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. This one has Jude Law in it. Charlie Hunnam. Let's see if I can show it to you. So you want King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Okay? That's what you want. It has even... I can't say this guy's name. It's so hard to say. But I like him because he played in Vin Diesel's movie Fast and Furious. So King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, 2017. And you need to watch that one. And I'm going to tell you this, King. Can I call you King? I'm going to call you King. So I'm going to tell you this. When you watch that movie, I want you to pay attention to the dialogue. I want you to pay attention to how he's fighting so hard not to be the king. He doesn't want to be this. Then I want you to pay attention to when he doesn't step into himself and he decides he's going to say, I'm not good enough for it. I can't do it. He throws the sword into the lake. And then he's walking away and then he falls into a puddle of mud and water. And a hand comes up, and it's the lady from the lake. She pulls him down into this portal and shows him, if he doesn't step into himself of who he is, of what he's supposed to do, what his uncle is going to do to the people if he rules. And if he does not take the sword, it means this. If you don't pick up the damn sword and rule, and you leave it for someone else to do it, it's not going to be good for the people. So, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword is your homework. I really, really want you to watch that because it will bring in, I think a lot of men need to watch that because it brings in that energy of, holy crap, if I don't pick up my damn sword, who the hell is ruling? Every man has an Excalibur. You have your sword of power. It's just like the same sword that Archangel Michael uses. But some of them forget to light that sword up. You forget to show your flame, presenting that light, showing that you have that warriorship. So, all my beloved divine masculine men that are on here today that are part of Be So Light, your homework assignment today, if not this weekend, is to watch King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword. And that's the movie that came out in 2017. Okay, so let's look at that number, 2017. The 2 and the 7 is a 9 plus a 1. That's a 10. That's a 1. That's a new beginning energy. Okay, so in this movie, it's crucial for you to pay attention to how you see the uncle is representing the dark and what price he's willing to do in order to be a king, to rule with a sword that is not his to do. It's called picking up something that's not yours. Or better yet, stepping into something that you know damn well that's not yours. Have we not seen that enough here in the States? Of others getting into positions that's not theirs to do. So, that's your homework assignment. And I'm pretty strict. You have to do your homework assignment. Because in this process, because today's the birthing energy day, it gives you that energy when you watch it. I feel like all of our divine masculine men need a you need that like there's this part of you that needs to get back into that place, and your warriorship needs to come up, and you need to say, I'm all out of bubblegum. Bring your sword up. It's ass kicking time. Where are all my warriors? Come on. That's what I'm talking about. You need your fire. Get in there and take it. So, I know I'm sorry, I digress. I'm very passionate when it comes to my masculine divine men, because we as the feminine, we look for our warriors. We do. We love our warriors. Yes, we're masculine and we're feminine. We're all balanced of that. But still, if I'm my queen, I'm queen of self, I'm looking for my king to rule with me. We do it together. We are the sacred couple. Okay? You cannot be the king if you do not step into yourself and own it and walk it. And you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to not let energies that are artificial, that are lower vibration, take you down. You have to be willing to stand in your light. All right? That's how it is. It's all aboard time right now, everyone. What role are you in? Where are you birthing yourself? Because you need to show up and you need to be present and you need to anchor in. And you need to do it with knowingness, and you need to do it with I rest my case. Hands down. Boom. Don't have a mic to drop. There you go. Hands down. There you go. So that's the homework assignment for all my divine masculine men is to watch that movie. I love that movie. I love that movie. The acting is kind of funny. It's kind of, but watch the power play that you see with the men. Then watch the mage, how she steps into the alchemy. Watch how King Arthur, who doesn't know he's king, watch how he literally he doesn't know how to handle that sword because that sword is power. That's what it represents. And I'm inviting each and every one of my beautiful masculine divine men here in Spiral Light, men here in Be So Light, to step into yourself. Yeah, I want to see that light. I want to see how you're going to be standing in guardianship when we do have that solar eclipse. Is your sword going to be a flame of light? Are you ready? Because I know you're out of bubble gum. And I know you're ready for ass kicking time. Oh yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel yourself just getting into that place and stepping into yourself? Not stepping into a place of anger, frustration. No. But stepping in a place of divine alignment and knowing. That's a true alchemist of self. And that's the game we have to play now. Do you know who you are? Or are you just existing because of what others say, what role you play? We're on a different time, people. We don't fit into those roles anymore, in case you haven't noticed. Step into yourselves. And with that being said, say it with me. I am divinely aligned. I am divinely seen. I am divinely heard. I am divinely loved. Be so light. Here we help you claim your light so that you will be, what do we say? Shine bright like a diamond. That's what it's all about. I keep it real here. I say it like it is. I don't sugarcoat nothing because you don't need to go to a dentist to get taken care of those cavities. I keep it pretty straightforward. What do? All right, lovelies. Go forward. We only got 2 more days. 2 more days of this portal energy, and then I'm going to tell you how we're going to get our own VPN energy going. Yes! I'm so excited. Can't wait to bring that to the table. Yes. But as I said, homework assignment for all of my beautiful divine masculine men to please go and watch that movie. That's your homework assignment. You are so welcome, King. May you be the one that grabs the Excalibur out of the stone and do it today and take it up and become the ruler. You need to rule your space. It's time. Don't settle. That's what happens to all of us. We spend all this time settling. Oh, it's too complicated. I'll just settle for it. Oh, that phone? Oh, okay, I won't get that phone. I'll just settle for this one. Stop settling! Sorry. Once again. I haven't had breakfast yet. I've just been sipping on matcha tea that has some caffeine. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a lightweight when it comes to caffeine. I don't want to be on the news by 6:30. Maybe 7 would be better. Anyway, have a nice day of light. Be good to yourself. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Bye. Shine bright.